there, UTs. Welcome back to my channel. Do you love smelling lovely? Do you love smelling elegantly exquisite? Well, if you've come to the correct channel, I am Love and Fragrance, and I have many recommendations of fragrances available for you today. But however, it isn't going to be your standard EDT or EDP fragrances. Today, I am going to take you to another perspective regarding fragrances because of the fact that under certain circumstances, fragrances are not always appropriate for every occasion. Like, for instance, if you're digging out in your lawn or you're in your flower bed, I don't see the necessity of a fragrance. I really don't. I don't care what type of fragrance you feel. I don't care how modest it may be. It isn't necessary unless you want to attract some bees. But I want you to understand that maybe even for sports activity, they even have fragrances now for sports activities. I don't see the logic revolving around that until like after you shower, but they may have some benefit. I've never utilized any of them. I don't possess any of them, but they do have them for sports activities. But digging in the lawn, not so much. Or possibly doing chores around your home, not so much. Or possibly taking out the trash, not so much. Or possibly painting your house, not so much. I'm speaking of in the comfort of your home on a relaxing afternoon, or where you're getting cozy with your boo. Or possibly when you are lounging in your lawn chair or in your garden environment, just relaxing out there or enjoying your patio, or possibly when you're just having a relaxing, comforting, chilling afternoon in your home. I want you to understand that on those particular occasions or at those moments, you may want to utilize some fragrances that are not so stimulating or not so enforceful, or something that isn't going to be projected or very excessively alluring in any manner, because I am Love and Fragrance, and I've always emphasized the fact that I am very modest with my fragrances because of the fact that I found them to be pretty expensive. And if you want to establish a collection, you have to take into consideration that many of them are fairly affordable, but they're still expensive, and you can buy whatever you want. But myself, I am very selective about my type of fragrances, and the ones that I generally invest in, they are generally pretty costly, but they can also be affordable as well. But regardless of how much expense you invest in your fragrances, the bottles are generally not that large to where you can waste them. Just use them extensively excessive. That's why I love having a majority of them, a large quantity of them, or I love having a large collection of fragrances so I can have a variation of them. But even then, I'm still considerate of them, and I utilize them very modestly. And if you have the same perception regarding your fragrances, where you want to utilize your fragrance modestly, I have a remedy for that today. And what I generally do in order to not take advantage of my fragrances or utilize them excessively, I substitute. And I substitute with a body mist. And my first bite, I want to introduce you to some body mist today. And the first one I want to introduce you to happens to be BCB Maxeria right here. And this here is a very fragrant body mist. It's very alluring, but it isn't very projectable. In other words, it doesn't project an extensively loud aroma, but it does give you enough fragrant aroma toward your body to where it leaves you feeling very refreshing. And when you're lounging, I think this would be very appropriate for just lounging around your residence, where you just want to relax and be comfortable. As a matter of fact, all of these are very appropriate for that. But this one right here has that very sophisticated fragrance to it, and it's delicate, and it's also very, oh, it's complimentary as well. So you can get very cozy with this one right here. And the scent that I'm acquiring from this one that's projected itself, not very extensively, but it's very soft, but I can still smell a little bit of vanilla in here. And it smells like some lavender, but it's very pleasant aroma to apply to your body on a very relaxing moment at home. And I have another one here, and it happens to be, let me see which one I want. Well, this one right here, I've had for a little while. This one here, let me give you this one. I love this one, and it happened to be Perry Ellis. It's a body mist also. I can't smell. This one is pretty light. It's been sitting for a while because I've had it quite some time. Perry Ellis. It smells very nice. It's very delicate. You might be very familiar with Perry Ellis's fragrance. I know BCBG. I have one of their fragrance. It's BCBG Maxeria, and it smells very lovely. You may have remembered me conducting a video on that, but I don't have any of Perry Ellis's fragrances, but this here is a body mist, and I have this one, and the aroma itself is very, very, very elevating, and it is very, very intense. It's intense but lovely. It's lovely. I can detect some amber in here, and it smells, might also have a little bit of vanilla in it, but more so than that, I can detect some jasmine in here also. But this is a very refreshing aroma for you to wear around your residence, or maybe pop out to the grocery store and just, if you want to just have some type of fragrant aroma applied towards your body, something scentful. I want you to know that this is very nice for that as well. And this here is Perry Ellis. And that's all I can give you. Perry Ellis 360. Very pleasant aroma. And I have another one here that I may have introduced you to this one before. And this here one happens to be by Bath and Body Works. But it's pretty I don't think they carry it in the store anymore, but I have it in my collection, and it's been around for a while in my collection. I had several because, you know, they sell everything in quantities. If you want to purchase them in quantities, you can purchase them individually, but they do sell things in quantities. And this here is Bath and Body Works Pumpkin. The name of it happens to be Fine Fragrance Mist. That's what it happens to be. It's a fragrance mist, but it's pumpkin cupcake, which I love, but it's sweet, 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 sweet. It's like a garden sweet, but it comes in a fragrance mist, and it's very prominent in here that these notes in here are almond, very, very prominent, and it smells a little earthy, almost like clay a little bit because it's so strong, or peppercorn, either way. And it smells a little, when I say earthy, I think it may be like some wood, and maybe musk, but it smells really nice, and it's, I must admit, it's pretty strong. This one here is pretty potent, it's pretty alluring, but still very complimentary, and it has a transcending aroma to it that will assist you throughout your leisure time, or whatever you're doing at your residence when you're in your relaxing state of mind. This one right here is going to give you some major sustainability, so I highly recommend this one as well. And going on to the next one, I'm going to introduce you now to, this one I haven't had very long, but it's Guess. See here? It's Guess. I used to be in love with Guess products, man. I love their clothing, their shoes, their entire product line. I loved it, but this is a brand of one of their body mists, and I want you to understand that I don't know what this one smells like, so let's test it out. It takes it a while to dry down, and the fragrance isn't very prominent on the top. But after it dries on your particular skin. It has to dry down, and after it dries down, the sensual aroma elevates itself, and when that happens, it has a very light, soft fragrance, so soft to where it's almost undetectable. But it smells like, to me, it's like almost a bouquet of flowers, like it consists of predominantly like an abundance of roses. Predominantly abundance of roses. That's what I'm detecting from here, because it doesn't have any strong notes applied to it. But it's pretty sweet. It has some sweetness to it, but it's still very pleasant, and it's very soft. And I want you to know that if you're relaxing and going to bed or something, I think this one would be very, very appropriate for that. If you want to just put on a body mist just to smell, have some type of aroma while you retire for bed at night and be in a relaxing state of mind, I want you to know that this is very calming and it's very appropriate for that occasion, or just lounging around your residence, because it's almost as if it's like non-effective on your body, but it's so light to the point where you can smell it, but it isn't like alluring. In other words, you can smell it, you know it's there. I think it gives you the aroma equivalent to a body gel. When you wash yourself with a body gel, I think it gives you that type of aroma where it's persistent for only a temporary period of time, but you have to refreshen it, I think, over time, but it's very existing still. And I think it's very, very, it's not very fragrant, but it's enforceable enough where it's appropriate for a relaxing, casual, lounging afternoon. So I highly recommend this one as well. Yes, and it's 1981. Oh, and I have this one. Let me see. Let's give you this one right here. Before I do that, I'm going to give you a twist to something different before I go through all the body mist. Because, honey, when you're lounging and you're relaxing and you're in close proximity of your loved ones and your family and everything, and of course you want something that's like give you a fragrant scent, but also something a little bit transcending so they can smell your luxuriousness and everything, but not too potent or too alluring in the comfort of your own residence. And that's when I think it's very important that you utilize something like a hair mist if you want to just enforce your body fragrance with your hair, or complement your hair, if because maybe your children are lounging on your body, or your loved ones, romantic loved ones laying up close to you. You want your hair to smell pleasant as well. And I highly recommend this one right here, Stash. This right here is a hair mist, and this is by Sarah Jessica Parker, and you can just spray your hair. This has always been very alluring and very potent and very transcending to me. This is the type of fragrance that stays with you all day long. And I just want you to know, if you spray this if you're doing your hair on weekend, on a Saturday morning, and you spray your hair, you're going to be good for the whole weekend, because it's that alluring and enduring and all of that. So I highly recommend you attain a hair mist for just having a pleasant aroma while you're relaxing and refreshing, or relaxing or enjoying your family. And when you feel like you might need a little bit of refreshing, or you want to smell refreshed, also take into consideration, you can also do that with a hair mist, so your hair smells pleasant as well as you become in close contact with your loved ones. Okay, and now we're going to go on to another body mist, and then I have a little twist again into the fragrances. This is a body mist here by Kenneth Cole, and it's Kenneth Cole Black, and it's for her. And with this particular fragrance, you know, I love me some Kenneth Cole too. He's another iconic fashion genius. Yes. Okay, and nothing's happening with my nostrils today, but okay. This smells lovely. It really does. Mm-mm-mm. It smells very natural, but it also is very, very multifaceted. In other words, it has like this here attribute of fragrance that exuberates itself, it projects itself, and then it kind of pulls back. It's more intense when you first apply it, but it's most body scents are pretty soft and delicate, but some of them are pretty heavy, but not too excessively potent. And that's what I like about a lot of my fragrances are the fact that they can be, that's what I like about body mists is that they can be worn as a substitute for your regular fragrances, but yet and still you have something substantial on your body that's detectable enough for you to be for it to be very complimentary as well. So this right here is Kenneth Cole Black, and the notes that I detected into this one happens to be, it has like it smells like it might have some almond and a little bit of lavender in it. Yeah, I would prefer to say that it has lavender and some, of course, it's pretty floral. So I highly recommend this one to you as well. And you know what? I have another one. This one here happens to be by Sarah Jessica Parker. And that's one thing I really love about Sarah Jessica Parker, all of her products, that they generally have a very pleasant aroma to them. They're very sophisticated. They're very exquisitely designed. Look how attractive and how cute that bottle happens to be. It's the most beautified bottle that I've presented to you so far. So, let's look at the smell. I can't smell it very well, but generally, let me see. It's lovely. It's so lovely. It has a very affluent aroma and it's sweet. It has a sweet smell to it. Honey, she does not play with her fragrances. Whatever she produces, she makes sure that you know it's for a woman or a lady or a girl. Because of the fact that it has such femininity applied to it, all of her fragrances does. They're always very, very delicate, but yet attractive. And they will always be very, very complimentary, and it has an opulence that's very affluent. And I want you to understand that this is a lovely, lovely scent and very appropriate for any age group. But honey, when you're lounging or relaxing in the comfort of your home, I highly recommend this one because you are going to put off the most luxurious aroma from your body with this Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't have any of her other fragrances, but I've heard very wonderful things about all of her products. And I can't wait to purchase one. I was going to get one the other day, but I didn't. But I can't wait to at least attain one of her EDTs. Well, I really prefer to have an EDP. But honey, if this body mist happens to be that appealing, I can only imagine what the fragrance was because I haven't really tested any of them. But I've heard wonderful things about her fragrance. And I'm telling you now, this one here smells like it had some vanilla, amber, and I would have to say maybe some raspberry in it, but it has a sweet, like almost like candy corn in it. And it's very, very, it doesn't have to dry down on your body. The scent's very prominent as soon as you apply it to your body, and I find it to be very attractive. So, this is Sarah Jessica Parker Fancy. I'm sorry. I don't think I said Sarah Jessica Parker through this whole entire description, but this is Jessica Simpson. I hope I said Jessica Simpson in the beginning because this right here is SJP. This is a hairspray. This right here is Jessica Simpson. And check this one out. You will love this fragrance. And moving right along, I have another scent for you. But this one right here isn't a body fragrance or a body mist. This right here happens to be a feminine hygiene mist. And this right here is Summer's Eve. I love this here product because of the fact that it's designed for help a woman smell refreshing all day long. But not only that, it eliminates a great deal of bacteria and odors in your more delicate parts. And I love these products, Summer's Eve, because I love all of the Summer's Eve products for feminine hygiene for women. But this one right here happens to be a deodorant spray for your private area. And it's very feminine, and it has no parabens in it, and it's chemical free, and it's very refreshing to use, and it eliminates odors, and it eliminates bacteria, and it also happens to be very appropriate for a woman's hygiene. And if you utilize this one, honey, you're going to be smelling very refreshing all day long. It has a powdery odor to it. That's about it. Just a little tint of smell, like a little bit of baby powder applied to it, but it doesn't have very much of an aroma. When you spray it on you, you can smell some type of scent, but it smells very light and delicate and feminine, because it's a feminine hygiene product, and it's very appropriate for a woman of all age groups. And I highly recommend that women invest in Summer Eve products, because feminine hygiene is very important, as well as the rest of your body. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I have two of them here. One happens to be 5-in-1, and one happens to be an everyday refreshing spray. They're both refreshing sprays, but you this one gives you 5 steps of comfort, and it's sheer floral. So you have a little bit of floral aroma applied to both of them. So I highly recommend Summer Eves for your feminine hygiene, okay? And also, my very last one happens to be a body mist, and I left this one for last because look at that little pretty rose on there. So that'll tell you that it's very floral. And this happens to be by Vince Camuto, which I love Vince Camuto products. Remember Yellow Diamond? Ooh, oh, nice. No, that's Versace. But this Vince Camuto, I guess this is the only product that I have by Vince Camuto. I'm not sure. I have to check. But I can smell the aroma. It's very potent, and it's very affluent, and it's very detectable and alluring on your body. And I'm going to put this one on my other arm. Excuse me. And it's very potent, and it's very, very attractive scent. It smells lovely. It's one of the more stronger ones other than SJP and Jessica Simpson. And it's even stronger than BCBG. But this one right here you will love. And the scent, what I'm getting from here, I think it smells a little bit like maybe some amber and maybe some, of course, roses. It has roses and maybe some musk, and it also may have some raspberry in it, because it smells like, it has a light, sweet aroma to it, but not so much, and it's delicate, but yet strong enough where it's highly detectable on your body, but it's very noticeable and very alluring and very substantial. I find this to be exceptionally inspirational. I really do, and I love it. All of these here body mists, I think, are very passionate and very personal, because anytime that you are you're at home and you're relaxing, you don't want to have a very, very uncomfortable aroma of something irritating anyone else, or something that's maybe projecting itself for a specific occasion, and lounging happens to be a private moment for you. And all of these are body mists that I have introduced to you today are very, very private, because they have this light, almost almost undetectable scent, which makes them more privatized on your body, and they are inoffensive toward anyone, because they have such femininity to them, and they're very passionate and very personal. And I really think that these here fragrances are very considerate towards a woman's body and for the occasion that they're designed for. Some people like to wear them on a daily basis no matter where they're going, but I find them to be more for an intimate occasion because I think your regular perfumes are more appropriate for um, um, I guess more pleasurable activities, but this to me is more appropriate for relaxing and lounging and leisure activities. So therefore, I thank you very much for listening to my channel today, and I hope that you invest in some of these here body fragrances that I've introduced you to today because they are very substantial for casual occasions, relaxation occasions, leisure occasions, whatever occasion you select them for, just make sure that they are for the appropriate occasion, which happens to be a private moment. Because they're soft enough and delicate enough and appealing enough for you to be able to enjoy them during your leisure time. And that's why I select these for those specific occasions because of the fact that we have so many variations of fragrances, and some of them are so strong and loud, but yet they are appropriate for certain occasions, but just not for maybe the comfort of relaxation and the privacy of your home. So take advantage of these here body mists or any body mist when you see some available. Invest in them because they will definitely make the utilization of all of your fragrances more beneficial for you on specific occasions, and you will find that your fragrances will benefit you in more appropriate, detailed manner if you were to invest in some of these here body mists. So I thank you very much for tuning into my channel, and you have a wonderful night. Bye.